Hi, my name is April Moore, and I'm an EXP agent here in Spokane in 9 Mile Falls, Washington. What you're about to see is a video conversation between myself and Cerena, who's the manager here in Spokane, Washington, and she has America's preferred warranty. Warranties are very important when you sell your house and or buy a house. So I've put together a conversation of certain aspects about it. I hope you enjoy it. I plan on bringing you a video every week or every couple days, giving you tips on how to sell your house. So we're here to go. The world is a beautiful place to live. Please subscribe and or click that like button. And if you have any suggestions, please let me know what your suggestions are. Okay? I hope you're having a wonderful day. And the world is a beautiful place to live. Now for the video. Bye. Okay, so my name's April Moore, and I'm an EXP agent here in Spokane, Washington, 9 Mile Falls. And I decided to interview Cerena, who is employed by a warranty company. And so the warranty companies are very important when you list properties and or buy a property. So I would really like to hear your side of the story. So would you just introduce yourself, Cerena? This is the first time I've ever done this, so it's kind of new, and I'm probably gonna make a lot of mistakes, but that's the way life is. So here you go.
Well, thank you so much, April, for having me. I really appreciate it. Yes, my name is Cerena, and I'm the area sales manager for America's Preferred Home Warranty. I'm the area sales manager for Eastern Washington and Northern Idaho. And I am also here located in Spokane.
Cool. So tell me a little bit about your warranty service for sellers. I'm really interested in it because I know that our market has been so hot and ridiculous in the past, where people were paying $100,000 over list price, $30,000 over list price, $50,000 over list price. And, I had a lot of buyers that couldn't, compete like that. And I told them, don't compete, because there's going to be a lot of headaches. I feel that's going to happen. So tell me what you can do for a seller to help them through that, because I understand that NAR has said that 75% of people who just bought houses are not very happy about it. Can you help me with that?
Absolutely. So with our seller coverage, it's nice because there's no expiration on that. And if you put on a listing, they get that coverage until there's a closing date attached. So what's great, if something could possibly come up in the inspection and that buyer's like, hey, I want this fixed before they sign the purchase and sale agreement, then they can have some coverage during that listing period. And what's also really nice, especially in this market, a lot of disgruntled buyers, this is their 5th, 6th house that they've looked at, finally are able to get a house in this market. We have legal protection for that seller during, so it starts at closing date and it goes for 2 years from that closing date.
Wow.
So if that new buyer goes after the seller, not even anything to do with the warranty, let's just say a retaining wall's coming down or something like that, okay, that seller will have some legal protection if they have to hire an attorney and have attorney fees. So that's a nice benefit for that seller. Another great thing for the seller is if you put a listing warranty on, then you can advertise that saying, hey, this home comes with a home warranty in the listing. And then you also get the nice marketing materials. So if a potential buyer is driving by, you have the writer sign saying, hey, this home comes with a home warranty. So it's a great way to help you get your house sold. The sellers can get their house sold. But yeah, it's just a kind of all around nice thing for the seller, especially if post-sale things come up, like the seller, the buyer afterwards, something comes up. Once they have that warranty, the new buyer is going to call us, the warranty company, instead of the seller. Okay. That's kind of another nice thing. But going back to what NAR, if you want to go kind of in those statistics, which is crazy, I I'm really shocked hearing this. I just learned this myself. But 83% of deals closing right now are closing without a home warranty. So lawsuits are coming on from disgruntled buyers, literally in virtually every state across the country. So what's nice about that is getting a home warranty, you're getting a warranty so you don't become the warranty and have these problems. So that's a great way for sellers to do it. And the great thing is nothing is due until closing. So that seller doesn't have to pay for anything out of pocket. They can have it come out of their seller proceeds if that works for them, or however they want to pay for it, and come out of escrow, part of the settlement statement. But what's interesting, kind of going back to the people being, discouraged after they buy. Yeah, 66% of Americans who bought recently have regrets.
Oh my gosh.
And the new homeowners, in that first 90 days, that's when something's usually going to happen. A major failure is going to happen in that first 90 days. So you think about it, these poor buyers just bought a house, 100,000 over asking, like kind of what we're talking about. And then all of a sudden something happens and they don't have a home warranty. They're going to be upset. And the fact of, at least, the seller did their diligence by providing this. Hey, I did what I could. Here's some financial assistance for you, Mr. Buyer, after the house sells.
Right. So we were talking about the legal, is there an amount of money that your company provides the seller if within 2 years after the sale has completed, that it provides the seller? Is there a money amount or?
Yes. So how that works is, for that legal protection, if they end up hiring an attorney and have attorney fees, we can pay up to $1,000 of their attorney fees.
Okay, $1,000. Okay. So, because litigation can be very expensive. So, but there's no other amount for them?
For the legal protection, it's $1,000 worth of coverage. And then for the coverage during the listing period, if something comes up, they do get $1,000 worth of coverage.
Okay.
So the seller coverage is a little bit limited, just because technically that could potentially be complimentary.
Right.
So if there's no sale and something happens and, we helped out on a $500 claim for that seller, and then all of a sudden nothing happened in the sale, it's kind of like, in a way, Merry Christmas to the seller. They just got a $500 claim.
Right.
So that's kind of why it's a little bit limited coverage, just in case it doesn't turn into a closing.
So could the seller use the warranty, like say the buyer's agent comes, buyer comes back and says, oh, I want this, this, and this fixed. Can the seller use that service?
Absolutely. Absolutely. And what's nice about it is they get to choose their own licensed contractor. Okay. So they can pick whoever they want, whether it's a family member or their next door neighbor. They don't have to pick a contractor from our list or anything like that. They can use whoever they want. And what's great about it is, if something does, let's say, come up in the inspection and the buyer's like, I want this fixed before, I sign the purchase and sale, we can, kind of follow the little assembly line of how the claim process works. But if we can get letterhead saying this was completed, we can actually pay the contractor right then and there that same day if that contractor can take a credit card over the phone. So it's a really nice, especially if they're trying to get something done fast and they need financial assistance, especially if that buyer's like, hey, this needs to get done before the, before we move in.
Right.
That's a great way for the seller to get some financial assistance, $300 fix here, $400 fix here, and we can help with that. And again, they get to choose their own licensed contractor.
What's the fee that someone has to pay to bring somebody out to check things out or fix something that they are in their home?
So that's a great question. We do not charge a service call fee.
Oh, wow.
Because we do not contract any of the contractors. So kind of how this works with us, so we have a deductible. So it's kind of, unfortunately, you get in a car crash, you call your insurance adjuster and they start a claim and they give you a claim number. That's kind of like with us. So, and then of course you have a deductible. So give a scenario. Let's say a dishwasher fails and the contractor's like, it's going to cost $500 and we can approve the full 500. How that would work is we would pay the contractor, if they can take that credit card, we could pay right then and there. We'd pay the contractor directly the $450, and then the homeowner would pay their $50 deductible.
That's awesome. So many warranties have this service fee where they have to pay $50 or $70 every time a contractor comes out and assesses the situation. Whether or not there's even a problem, they have to pay those. I'm really glad
we don't have that at all. We don't have that because we don't and they don't have to pay us anything. They don't pay us anything unless they want to renew. They would just pay for renewal warranty, after their year or 2 years is up. So it's nice. It just goes directly to the homeowner or the contractor. And another great thing, so let's say the contractor cannot pay or take a credit card and they're like, well, I need cash, and worst comes to worst and the homeowner has to pay for it. We can reimburse the homeowner, which is also great. We can actually reimburse them with direct deposit. So they don't even have to wait for a check. We just started doing that recently. So we're just trying to make it as easy on the homeowner as possible, whether it's the seller or the buyer, especially when it's an emergency situation.
Sounds good. And I always think that when a buyer buys a house, they have no idea what's going to happen to the house. I know recently I lived next door to a house that was flipped last January for $250,000, and it's just closing at $430,000. And I have knowledge that the septic system was busted, and all I saw them do was dig a big hole and put a tank in there. And I'm hoping and praying that those buyers have a warranty and or some kind of protection, because the septic guy who pumped my septic said that system's toast. And in this area, sometimes you have to put like a pressurized septic system, and they are very expensive. So it can be kind of scary. I always like to tell stories like that because, I always worry about people. I always think that the inspections need to be done. And I know there's a lot of houses closing right now without inspections. And I'm just like, no, thank you. No, thank you. I won't do one like that. I tell my buyers up front, you don't want an inspection, you have to sign your life away.
Well, yeah, definitely do your diligence so then you know what to expect when the unexpected happens, I guess, if something can come up.
And I always, give the option to my sellers when I list their property that they have your warranty. And, it always helps to have something in the background. So I'm always here to help.
Well, and it is, again, nice. So, having that marketing material, so it helps that seller get that house sold maybe a little bit faster, even though it is a seller's market right now. It's great, having, those rider signs when people are driving by. It's great, saying, hey, this home comes with a home warranty, or even those table tents. So if somebody comes in for a private showing or an open house, there's a little table tent saying this home comes with a home warranty. So it's really nice, just kind of a little reassurance for that potential buyer if something comes up saying, hey, wow, the seller is going to pay for this for me.
Right.
I don't have to pay for it. Why wouldn't I? It's kind of like when you're looking for cars and you look at a car that has a home warranty or a car warranty, and the other one doesn't, you'd probably want to pick the one that has the warranty, instead of buying something without. So that's what's really nice about that. It helps that listing process with having all that great marketing.
Well, is there anything else that I missed, do you think?
I'm trying to think, going over it with anything I can.
Do you have any questions for me? I know that you used to be a realtor in the past, and this can be a really tough job because this is the only job I've ever worked where I don't get paid until I sell something, which is a great advantage for people who are selling their homes, because I hire photographers, do all the work, look through all the transactions, make sure that they're covered, because we have limited practice here in Washington, which is kind of scary. I always tell my sellers to contact an attorney, because what I do is I fill out simple contracts and show houses, but I don't give legal advice.
Exactly. Well, just because you're not a licensed attorney, you're a licensed realtor, and so that's your expertise, and you want to be able to give that information. Here's a person to help you with that.
Right.
So really with having a home warranty, it's just a nice reassurance for everybody in the transaction. You know, it's a great reassurance for that seller because they have some coverage, they have some legal protection. And then if anything happens after the sale, again, that homeowner is going to call us, the warranty company, instead of the seller. So it's just kind of like you can almost, hopefully, you know, in there's scenarios all over, but you know, hopefully you can just be like, okay, it's closed, I'm good, I got them a home warranty, you know, they're going to be taken care of, and I can move on with my new adventures. But then the buyer also gets, you know, that choose their own licensed contractor. They get their full year warranty. The listing warranty has nothing to do with the buyer warranty. The buyer gets their full warranty. And how that is, I know I said with the listing warranty, it's $1,000 worth of coverage. With the buyer warranty, they actually get $25,000 worth of aggregate coverage for the year. Wow. And if they renew, then it starts over again. So they get $25,000 worth of aggregate coverage. So it's nice. So they have their full year starting from the closing date, and if they do a 1 year or 2 year, but it's just, like I said, it's a nice reassurance. And then you know, you being an agent, it's nice because then, you know, you've offered this to your clients, whether you're representing the buyer or representing the seller, and, you know, they know that you're thinking about them because they just spent $50,000 over their asking price. Right. So it's just a nice reassurance for everybody in the transaction, having a home warranty to help.
Well, make sure you send me all your information, because I'll put it on this little video here, and I'm going to put it on YouTube. And if anybody has any questions, just give Cerena a call. And I'm so grateful to you for having this conversation, and I hope you're going to have a great day.
Thank you so much. I hope you have a wonderful day too, April, and thanks again for having me.
Thanks. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.